So in my last video, I was showing you a PokeMMO gym rerun team that can make you over 410,000 Pokeyen an hour. But a lot of people in the comments were saying, I'm just starting to build my team. This team's too expensive to build. So I'm going to show you today exactly how cheap it is to build a basic gym rerun team so you guys can start doing your own gym reruns and start making your own Pokeyen every single day. Then after that, I'll show you how expensive it is to make the full team, and you can decide which one you want to do. And since I already have this team built, I will be giving away every single Pokemon that I make in this video, so please subscribe and leave a comment below that said you subscribed, and I'll pick a winner soon. So here's my current team. I have the Cottenee with Tailwind and Prankster ability. I have the Torkoal with Explosion and the Drought ability, and then Typhlosions, who are both 2x31 with Modest Natures. And then the piece which you don't need, and if you're just getting started, I would definitely say just avoid these Blastoises, because after recording this video, they are a lot more expensive than I thought they were going to be. But then they're 2 Blastoises with 25 plus, and they're modest as well. But they also need an egg move, which I will get into in just a second. So we're going to start by getting the 2 setup Pokemon, the Cottenee and the Torkoal. So to get the Cottenee, it's honestly pretty cheap. We're just going to search by price. We're going to scroll down here, has ability Prankster. Boom. There you go. Just make sure it has that, and then you can just buy the cheapest one, because you just want to make sure it's a low level, and it has Prankster. The IVs do not matter at all. And the only other thing to finish up this Cottenee is going to be Tailwind. Right now it's about $5,000 on the GTL, so I'm going to buy this as well. And if you look in the top right, you'll see the total that we're going to spend for this video. Next, we're going to buy the Torkoal. This is going to be the cheapest Pokemon that we are going to buy for this whole build. So if you look up Torkoal with Explosion, it's like 11k. But if you just take away this, it's good. But I found one for $2,000 here. Again, IVs don't matter. We're just using the Drought ability. So you just gotta make sure it has that here. Look, type it in, has ability, Drought, search. But for 2k, it does have Drought too. So that's an instant buy. It's another 2,000 spent. Then we'll just have to buy Explosion here. But Explosion is like the cheapest thing you can buy in the game right now. So 288. Another thing you gotta buy. Boom, your 2 setup Pokemon are done, and that didn't hurt at all. Alright, so next up we're going to go with the main carries of this build. We have finished up with the setup Pokemon. Now we are going to start building the Cyndaquils, the Typhlosions, which is the main part of this build. So, technically the most important part. So if you look at the market right now, it's about like 125,000 for a perfectly 31 modest. And if you have it level 100 already, it's about 215,000. So if you just want to level them up to 100 and take the profits, you're more than welcome. That's probably a really good money making method. But if we want to build them for cheaper, we can look at Rash, we can look at Mild. I didn't really see anything that was that much cheaper, so it looks like we're going to have to try to build our own here. This is going to be the cheapest way. This is going to be the most budget way to get started on your Cyndaquils. So we do not need them to be 31 plus. I do love the green numbers, so if you want them to, I totally understand that. But if we're on a budget, we do not need green numbers. So if you can check out this one right here for under $50,000, 31 special attack, modest, and 27 speed. This is an unreal deal, and I'm going to have to buy it here. I watched my own video, and I was like, hey, that's totally not the cheapest way I could do this. So I bought some more. Let's watch. So when I was editing, I saw that one that was super cheap, and I was like, wait, if I just breed that with a Ditto, it's definitely going to be cheaper. So I bought this one for 11,000, and then I also bought the one underneath for 16, which has a 31 too, so it's actually a pretty good deal. But even the 16 one is still going to be way cheaper than what I had before. You're just going to have to breed it once, which is not hard at all. So now I just need a Modest Nature Ditto with 25 in speed and special attack, or Rash, or Mild, which are probably even cheaper than this. And they're about 14k, so I'll buy both of these, and that puts our grand total to just over $68,000, and you are finished building your entire gym rerun team. This team will make just a bit less than this because you're going to have to be skipping 2 gyms. You are going to make like quadruple what you spent on this team in the first gym rerun. So trust me, you need to build this team. It's super cheap, super affordable. Buying Pokemon is in such a good spot here, Pokemon right now. So this is definitely the cheapest way you can build this team. And now for a more expensive way. But before we get there, also like I said before, I remember there's going to be a cheaper way after I already recorded the first one. So I already bought more. So I actually spent kind of a lot of Pokeyen on this video. So if you guys could please leave a like. And I promise to give away all the Pokemon that I made, even the extra ones. So please leave a like and subscribe for it, and we got more content coming. So thanks, guys. All right, now for the big ballers, let's get the 2x31 Typhlosions rolling. So if you were just to buy a 2x31 modest Cyndaquil, it's going to be around $90,000. So our goal here is to build one for cheaper than that. Let's see what we can do. The real problem with breeding up Cyndaquils is that if you want to make it a female, it costs you $21,000 for each breed. So the more breeds that go on, the more money you're just wasting to make it a female. So that is kind of why we had to go the way we did. So ideally, we're just going to want to breed this thing once in a perfect world. So let's just check out the modest with 131, so that we're going to have to breed with a Ditto because they're all going to be male, because again, females 21,000, so they're going to be much more expensive. So let's breed with Ditto, so we have to find the cheapest option of Cyndaquil that we can breed with a Ditto to make it under that 90k mark. So after running the math, I learned it was going to be about 150,000 just to buy a base Cyndaquil and breed it all the way up to a 2x31 modest. So that wasn't going to work. So I decided on buying a 1x31 Ditto with modest nature already. Both these are around 30k, so I'm going to buy 2 of these. And then after that's done, I'm going to need to buy 2 2x31 Cyndaquils, so I'm going to buy these 2 right here. And then I'm also need to spend 20,000 on bracers and another 10,000 on Everstones, so I'll add those to the total right now. So just for the record, I have got those Cyndaquils now, bought all the breeding items and everything for about 82,000, so I saved about 10,000 total. So if you don't want to go through that hassle and you just want to buy them for extra 10k, I would say that's up to you. So technically this team is done. We spent 177,000. Again, if you finish this team and this is all the money you got, you can start doing reruns and you will have no problem. You will be making a ton of money, and literally in one gym rerun you will make more than what you spent on this team back already. But if you want to have some more fun, we'll be learning how to breed egg moves next, and let's see what we can do. So if you check out here, the Water Spout, I can't say this. The Water Spout Blastoises are very expensive. So we're going to breed our own. This tool right here, PokeMMO Hub, has an egg move calculator. So you can choose any egg move that any Pokemon can learn. So for instance, the Water Spout Squirtle, I need a Whalmer with Water Spout to breed with the Remorad, which then I can breed the Remorad with the Squirtle to give the Squirtle Water Spout, if that makes sense. If not, this tool is an unreal tool to use. So the first thing I need is a male Wailord or Whalmer with Water Spout. It needs to be male because I need the Remorad to be female, so then I can make it male so I can breed it with the Squirtle, because the Whalmer can't breed with Squirtle. It also needs to be said that all of these are going to be 25 plus in special attack and speed, just so they're going to be usable. So this one for 3,000 here is going to be an absolute steal, considering the next one is 30,000. So I'm going to have to adjust these down 1 to 24. So this is going to be bred twice, so the breeding is going to go up hopefully, and just at 24 is not that bad. So going to buy the second one here, and then we're ready to buy the Squirtles. I'll be honest with you, these Squirtles are a lot more expensive than I thought they were going to be, so 25 plus in both of them. We got this first one for 40,000, which is actually not a bad deal because it is modest nature, which we need. We need both these Pokemon to be modest, rash, or mild nature. So this one's actually pretty good because it's modest, but the other ones are kind of expensive for what they are. So then I toggled down again one here. So this was a much more reasonable price. To me, I just seen if it was going to drop any lower, but this one is much more reasonable, and we are going to breed it. So unless we low roll, it should be up to 25. And then just like that, it's time to breed this Pokemon together so we can get them all finally finished. And there's going to be a couple last costs here, and then we are going to be all done building this gym rerun team. All right, so we're all ready to build them up. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to build this egg moves. So we're going to put these two together. We don't need to worry about anything. You can see how it learns Water Spout because it's an egg move. We got to make sure it's male, so that's going to be an extra $5,000 times 2. So then that's going to teach the egg move. We're going to have to breed those with the Squirtles once they hatch. But before then, we also need to breed the Cyndaquils with the Dittos. So we'll go ahead and do that as well. I already added these totals, but we're going to need an anklet on this to keep 31, and we're going to need modest on this to keep nature. And then it doesn't matter what the gender is, so we're going to save about 21,000 rather than having to make it a female. And then we're going to do that again for the other Cyndaquil as well. So just like that, I will now be just like that. Here comes the Remora, and we can breed it with the Squirtle, and we will finish up that Blastoise build as well. And I'm going to be so honest with you guys, I totally forgot that I needed a nature on my other Remorad and or Squirtle, but luckily it bred the proper nature, gave me a plus special attack, so this was honestly super lucky, and I would have had to breed this guy again, but we did get it. So we'll put the Everstone on that, and we don't really need to hold any of the abilities from the Squirtle, so it's just going to cost us the 5,000 for the Everstone, and this 5,000 is going to be ×2 for both Pokemon as well. And then just like that, you're going to be done building your PokeMMO Gym Rerun team. I'm putting them all together right here. This was honestly a little bit more expensive than I thought it was going to be heading into this video. But nonetheless, it is under 300,000 Poke-Yen. And you will make that in profit after your first Gym Rerun. So literally, you just have to do it once, and then you will be good to go, and every other time after that is just going to be straight profit. So here we go. We can check out this team, and again, this video was a lot more expensive than I thought it was going to be, so please leave a like, especially made to the end of the video. Leave a comment, sub, do all the good stuff as well. Maybe just say something nice, because this kind of hurt the Poke-Yen a little bit more than I thought it was, so I'm going to have to go do a Gym Rerun right now to try to make it all back. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. Peace. I'm so sorry I forgot to mention that you will need Sunrock on the Torkoal, and also Charcoals on the Typhlosions work perfectly fine. If you can afford choice specs, do that, but do not need them. Again, sorry, thanks, bye.